Call of Duty's Warzone is here to give us yet another option in the Battle Royale space. It's still all fresh and new, and as we learn more, we'll make an updated list, but right now, here's 100 things that will give you the edge and hopefully net you a decent amount of wins. If you have a tip, please throw it in the comments below, and I'll heart your comment to get you noticed. 100 tips and tricks to survive and win in the Warzone. Let's go! When jumping out of the plane, note something important. Your parachute will automatically deploy at a respectable level all by itself. Hurrah! You can also cut those ropes to cancel any shoots, but remember, the second shoot will not auto-deploy. You will go splat. Quite funny to see when a teammate does it. Do you know that holding the left shoulder button on console gives you a third-person view when parachuting into the map? It's easier to maneuver and it's absolutely great for surveying the area too. You can keep an eye out for other teams and see where they're all landing. So how do you get far and land fast? It's pretty simple. Drop face first, and once you hit a high enough speed, pull your chute. This will give you a boost in a lateral movement, about 4 times quicker than just sticking with the chute. Then cut the chute and repeat to go far and fast. Many people I played with over the last 4 days didn't realise we always have a parachute available, so if you find yourself on a rooftop, jump off. Don't look for the stairs to get down, run and jump like a madman. The holy grail of parachuting is taking somebody out before you even land. And of course, Jack's already done it. If it's been a while since you last played a Call of Duty title, here's a great thing to note. Aiming down sights when walking through a door lets you peek through. This makes less noise, keeps you covered and stealthy too. Of course, everybody else just runs straight through doors and smashes them open instantly. But like this, you can be a stealthy genius. Another mechanic in this BR, unlike Fortnite, is the ability to mount weapons to objects to reduce the recoil. In general, it's useful, especially so with LMGs. Here's one I just realised is here. Wall banging. Yep, in Warzone we can shoot through walls. Not all of them, mind. It's usually just wood, but not trees. Those things are made of titanium. When a match begins, notice how much health and armour you have. It's tons. You can go straight into battle if you're a legend with the starting pistol. Use it to your advantage and rack up early kills. And hey, you can run away and win fights later if you have to. The time to kill is pretty long with a starting pistol, especially at medium range. You have time to change your plans. So, you'll likely be killed in the game at some point and venture into the Gulag. If you're completely new, this is the place where you have a second chance to get back in the game by defeating an opponent in a one-on-one fight. This is only available once to you and always before the 5th circle of the storm, or should I say gas. Anyway, after that, there are no second chances. If you find yourself here, tactics go out the window completely, but there are still 2 abilities which are regularly ignored. Holding crouch to slide around a corner, or the good old Call of Duty jump shot. Man, that jump shot hits me so many times. The theory is pretty simple. We all aim around head height in these tight one-on-ones, so sliding or jumping will force your foe to miss that first shot, forcing them to adjust their aim, giving you the opening you need to win the battle. If you own the retail version of Modern Warfare, the best thing you can do is jump into gunfight or the one-on-one mode. This will hone your reactions and allow you to more accurately predict what a standard player will do in the Gulag. Whilst we're here, I'm sure you've noticed you can throw rocks. Well, the ability to put off other competitors is cool, but those rocks can actually trigger items like C4. It won't happen very often, but you can impact the fight, and yes, it's even possible to claim another elimination. Should you die at the same time as a teammate, you may be in the Gulag at the same time. If you're observing your friend, give them call-outs to help in the fight. Keep them short and simple. We call the areas back, mid, and home spawn, and left, right, and centre. A simple, quick, and concise call should give them the upper hand, and they should win their battle. And even if you lose yours, there's a chance they can bring you back. Teamwork makes the dream work, so I'm told. Half the people will be unlucky in here, they will die in the Gulag, but please don't leave. That's what people do. Wait for your team to raise $4,500 to buy your life back again. Here's the key tip, ignored often. Pool your cash. By holding down on the D-pad, players can drop their cash to a teammate to raise the funds quicker. And yeah, drop other stuff too. Keep the squad in tip-top shape. To buy back a player, visit the stores which use shopping cart icons. By the way, in the UK, we call these trolleys. The team redeploys are on the right, just in case you have tunnel vision from carrying all your teammates. While we're at the store, if you're unable to find armor in the world, just get it bought. It's cheap and will save your life. Prioritize it even above a self-revive. Stay alive rather than walk the tightrope of death. Another great item to buy is a drone. Like you'd expect, it's a flying camera. I recommend holding up inside a house or building before flying this guy around, surveying the entire area for teammates, completely risk-free. Alternatively, grab the UAV. Yeah, I know you know about the red dots on the minimap, but you're missing something truly brilliant. Click on the map screen and you'll see just how far your UAV spans. It's ridiculous. It gives you such an edge in decision making and attacking enemy squads. Of course, all this stuff costs money, which is found all around the open world and those intel opportunities too. Don't be fooled that they are greyed out on the minimap. They are still active and you can get your hands on them. Scavenger and recon contracts are quick and easy to raise funds, but it's the bounties which are a huge tip here, and not for the reason you're expecting. Upon picking up a bounty, you can tell where another team is. Yeah, you can run to them and start a fight immediately, or if you're more passive, simply knowing another team's location for even a few minutes is completely worth picking it up. At the moment, Warzone is set to trios, and I know I don't have to say this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just like in Apex Legends, stick as a squad to make the game far easier. We all love a good old solo bloodbath, but to quote myself, teamwork makes the dream work. How many times have I said that today? Before we move on from the buy stations, here's something which will become so much more prominent the longer the game is out. Other teams will camp the respawn stations in the hopes of easy kills. Sweep the area before paying for teammates to return. Another quick super tip, Warzone is another BR with a great pinging system. Use it to communicate when off mic. Simply up on the D-pad if you missed it, once to notify others, 2 taps to signal danger. Okay, yeah, I come clean. 100 tips is a very difficult number to reach. I needed things like this. Just like in Apex, we can tag weapons, and by tagging back, we can claim the weapon for ourselves to keep it on the HUD until it's picked up. Oh, and the little circles next to your ping indicate who in your team agrees with the plan. Here, 2 of us agreed to meet at the dam. Let's quickly go over the rarities in Warzone. Just like in Fortnite and Apex, we have a colour scheme to let us know the loot rarity. But here's the thing to remember, grey weapons are just as great as the others. Grey weapons are great if you use them correctly. The key difference though are the mods on the weapons. Green, blue, purple and the good old godly gold orange are the ones you've seen in other BRs. Gold here though are the highest weapon tiers to be found that are usually fully modded, and that is indicated by these dots. Modifications are a huge deal in Call of Duty, but in Warzone, they are not switchable. We can't change them. They are permanent. Which leads me to my next point perfectly. Did you know that Warzone is pay to win? Yes, totally is. Sadly, it's true, but it's possible to use it to your advantage too, free-to-play players. COD uses an XP system which unlocks attachments and other weapons, so in your own retail version of Call of Duty, you are able to level up in all the modes you play to build your perfect loadout. To get your hands on that in Warzone, look out for these loadout drops. If you have the perfect AR all balanced how you want it to be, this is your first real opportunity to get your hands on it. If you want a sniper rifle that actually kills people instead of tickles them, set it up before venturing into the Warzone. And don't worry if you only want 1 weapon from your saved loadout. Select it, and your current weapons will instantly fall to the ground. Simply sift through what you want, take the best of both worlds. If only 1 person on your squad has the retail version of Modern Warfare, here's a little cheat to the system. Have that player create you a loadout in their game. Then when they open the loadout drop, they can select your loadout and drop it on the ground, but sadly they won't be able to claim another one for themselves. So here's a tip, maybe have 1 loadout with both of your favourite weapons in and share the spoils. The time spent faffing around here might get you killed, but free-to-play players can circumvent the system a little, which I thought was pretty cool. And on the other side of that, if your entire squad is playing the free version of Warzone, well, definitely it will be a harder time, but we can do this. It's simple. Camp out at the loadout drops. You know that the core owners of the game want their gear, so let them select it, and the moment they have it, murder them all and take what they grinded hours to accomplish. Survival of the fittest, I'm told. Regardless of if you have the full game or not, keep an eye on all the pink custom loot which drops. There could be something you've never encountered before, including the exclusive PS4 weapons, and as this game mode is cross-platform, you'll get to try them on PC and Xbox. Here's a strange one I've noticed from my first 4 days playing the game. Nobody at all uses throwables. Grenades, C4, mines. Nobody uses them. So switch that around and use yours to kill your opponent and then pick theirs up afterward because they won't have used theirs either. The skins we choose are arguably pay to win too, if you have that option. If you're planning to be a sniper in the hills, choose the ghillie suit. If you plan to be in the shadows, go as dark as possible. And if you spend most of your time in the snow, dress accordingly. Speaking of playstyle, the grenades and other throwables you decide to take with you impact that. Taking a proximity mine to block the front door of a house you're holed up in is always a smart move, and I also recommend smoke grenades if you play as a sniper to allow you to relocate without running in the open. Different tactics for different loadouts. Moving back to those with the full version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, there are other pay-to-win measures you can take advantage of. In pre-game lobbies, you are able to gain XP by simply using the weapons on other people. This is useful if you get a long lobby, which will happen at some point. You're randomly given a weapon, and you may unlock something for it without really even trying. When creating a custom loadout, think about adding a thermal scope or an infrared scope. This will make target acquisition unbelievably easier. But to turn this on its head, all the attachments you use impact the weapon in both positive and negative ways, making characters run slower if you've used an extended mag, or increasing reload times and weapon swapping speeds. There's a lot more under the hood than you may think, but if you want to go quick, choose lightweight weapons. Here's a basic example of a pistol versus a heavier weapon. Just over a few steps, the difference in speed is staggering. Let's go over to vehicles. Vehicles kill. Duh. But they won't kill our teammates, thankfully. A good use for a vehicle is to offer cover when crossing something wide open like the airfield, but keep in mind they are not bulletproof. Your head is exposed most of the time. Chopper pilots, they always seem to think they're bulletproof. Something to note about the quad, it's for 2 people, right? Well, you can fit an entire team on this. Dreamwork makes the team work, or whatever the saying was. And what about camping in this game? Yes, I know it's everyone's favourite topic, and yes, it most definitely is a key skill in Warzone. Without a doubt, it's the easiest way to get a win, if that's your desired result. Commandeering an entire building, holding the high ground, and staying silent to ambush another team is a great tactic. If I'm honest though, I don't recommend playing passive unless it's the right situation. Get yourself involved in the action, it's far more fun. Aggressive but not stupid is a good motto to go by. A few items which are integral on your journey, should you be lucky enough to find them, are the gas masks. Oh, these are pure gold. The gas outside of the safety zone is completely deadly, way more than in any other BR before it. Having a mask on hand will let you survive a few extra seconds. It's a godsend, it really is. If you're playing solo, I recommend the heartbeat sensor to identify the location of all members of a close by team. The amount of times I've used this personally to secure a hotspot and revive my friends is countless. It's a rare find, but it's so fun to use. Oh, going back to pay to win, those with the full game, you are able to pick your perks for this game too. So for example, select Scavenger to instantly replenish ammo from dead players, and the Ghost perk is a must-have as it makes you undetectable by UAVs, radar drones, and even the heartbeat sensor. Damn, that's good. Pay to win, sadly, but it is here. Okay, we're near the end now. A few PlayStation-centric things to note. If you have PS Plus, even though Warzone doesn't need it, you can claim a bunch of extras from skins, watches, and even my guitar as a weapon charm. I like that. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice. If you're having trouble running the game on PS4 and experience stutter, a quick fix is to change your PS4 theme to something static. This will also speed up your UI and make everything a little more fluid. That's 98, I need 2 more. Always remember you can practice with bots whenever you feel like it and see if those new weapon variations suit you. And okay, the bots are terrible, so that's a bad tip, so let's change that one too. You can farm bots in the practice mode to gain XP for your gear. Nice. How do I get to number 100? Oh, I know. Parachuting into water is an instant death. Happy days. So there we have it, a new BR on the block, and guess what? Everyone is a noob right now, so get in there and get ahead of the curve before you are a lamb to the slaughter. There's definite perks to owning the full game, but a good player can definitely take advantage of those pay-to-win mechanics to get the dub. In the future, the player limit will be growing to 200, which will make the game even less likely to win, but such a rush if you achieve it. If you have any tips, please throw them in the comments below. I'll make a follow-up video and name all the sexy people that helped. Right, I'm going back into Warzone. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. Hopefully this has helped in some way. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.